name is Chabatut. Welcome to my Power Map Quick Start Guide. I want to show you how to use this amazing data visualization tool. I used that with my teammate at the Hack for Health hackathon, and I'm gonna make all the demo files available to you, and also all the data I've used. And let's get started. Let me show my screen with you. In order to use Power Map, all what you need is Microsoft 2013, Office 2013 Excel. I personally installed the trial version of Professional Plus 2013 from this link, and then you install the Power Map Preview add-in for Excel 2013. If you want to play more and you know what you're doing, also maybe install Power Query for Excel, but that's optional. So once you install these, then you start Excel, and now I started just prepare Excel without any file, so I need to press Escape button. But if you open up an existing spreadsheet, you're already in this screen. You go to File, then to Options, then to Add-ins, and then you switch to Con Add-ins. Go. That's where you want to enable Power Map or another Power BI, Power Business Intelligence tools, and then you click OK. That's first thing what you need in order to enable. Here, if I enable, you will have this Power Map button, which will start Power Map. But in order to use Power Map, you need some data for visualization. So let's look at what kind of data we have. We have California specific data I'm gonna demo for. I got most of this data from the CHHS Open Data Portal, which is a Socrata type data portal, very amazing, capable. You can filter and even also visualize data here. Not to the extent what Power Map is going to provide to us, but I advise you to look around here. More than several hundred data sets available here, California specific. And also, if you, for example, from San Francisco are interested in San Francisco, they use same Socrata type data portal. Again, they have several hundreds of data sets available here. You can search and filter and look at the data sets. So I mainly downloaded some data sets from the CHHS portal. Mainly, we will use first some warm-up with birth data and also licensed healthcare facility listing data. And then finally, we're gonna have multiple layers of data laid on top of each other of the Fresno bus stops and the women, infants, and child authorized vendors, vendor locations data. So let's get started and let's look at first this birthplace data to see how Power BI works, Power Map works. I just open this up. It's a CSV file. You can download CSV data from those portals. So let's say selecting this data set here, but you can if you go data set, you can download the data in various different formats, and one of them you can download JSON data, and you can also download here CSV, JSON, PDF, and even XLSX if you want. We downloaded CSV because we were doing some data analyzation and manipulation in Python, but maybe if you want right away start with Excel, you download the XLSX data. I have the CSV now, and first what I'm going to do is select these columns, go to the insert ribbon, and convert it to a table. This allows me, if I want, to filter certain data or do other manipulation. You can see here that we have 2000 to 2013 birth data here in this data set divided by zip codes. Let's go again back to the insert ribbon, and we want to start Power Map, but since the data is in CSV file, it's not able to start. So first we want to save this data as CSV file. Once we've done that, the Power Map is able to start, and I just need to click on it and start it. Now it might need some time to start up, and depending on the dataset size, it might not be bad if your machine has enough memory. I think mostly what matters is memory. If the data takes up a lot of space, the CPU might not matter as much. I have quite a lot of memory here. Possibly get along with less than what I have, but as you can see, it takes some time. This is a bigger data set to visualize. You can see now Power Map running. It laid down the data. It automatically analyzed our data set and saw that the zip code is the only column probably what it can do to place the data on the map. It's already automatically said that. Then it's a little crowded, as we can see it here. We'll correct this later. What we can see, so I was talking about this pane. In the left pane, you see that we have a tour, and the main idea of Power Map is to tell a data story. So data story can be a data tour here, and the story is consisting of scenes. One tour is the story, is consisting of scenes. So let's this can be an initial scene. After data load, I'm adding a new scene, and I don't like the crowdedness. First, we have to tell, which was done automatically already, was the way to scatter the data on the map, place the data. Then we also need to specify what data we display. In this case, maybe I want to display a race count. Now we can see counts. It's really interesting. So, but there's even a better way to visualize that. If we just have a count, we see here in this area that we can have stacked columns or scattered columns, or in our case, I think the best to visualize this is a heat map. And we can configure this heat map if I switch to the layer options even more. So I can decrease the radius to be greater or smaller. If I, let's say, zoom in by, I'm just simply using mouse navigation, mouse scroll buttons to zoom in and out, and panning to pan, then I can see that in this case, if I zoomed in, then I want more radius, so it will show better. But let's say first I zoom out, I decrease the radius, and then I add a new scene and zoom into Los Angeles, and in this case I increase the radius, visualize better. So this is now Los Angeles, and then let's just go back here to the visualization part, because we have actually race data and even by year. So instead of heat map, we can have not stack bars. Let's look at first stack bars, and what we can do, if we can see, if we want to see, for example, by year for all these locations, we can do that by zip codes. In this case, I put the year to the category. Now in the stack bar, the categories are stacked, but this doesn't show up as. So this is when I want to switch to the clustered column. It's a little crowded now, but I zoom in more, and now we can see the birth by year. By the way, the map is interactive, so I can click here and I can see that in 2005 in this zip code there were more than 2,000 births. This is you can see a global trend of decreasing number of births by these zip codes. What I'm looking at right now, let's add this preserve this scene. What I'm looking at. By the way, you can switch themes. So, for example, I like this theme where it's satellite image. Let's stay in this zone by zip code, and instead of yearly categorization, I remove this. I want race categorization. Now we can see race counts, and it looks like that the red color. I'm going to right click here and add the legend. The red color, which is Hispanic, is really prominent in all these zip codes, way more prominent than any other race type. Really interesting. Let's change maybe the thickness, so it's less crowded, increase the level. I can visualize how prominent these Hispanic babies are born. Let's add this is a scene. And that's great. So we want to tell a data story, and just by exploring the data here geographically, we also have at the same time the tool in our hand which shows, and this is the play tool. So I go to play tour. We look at California, everything is clustering in Los Angeles or San Francisco, San Diego mostly. This visualization shows better the birth. Here is Fresno, here is Bakersfield, and now we go down. Right now we focus on Los Angeles and zoom in a little and see the trends in year breakdown by zip code. I change. This is playing out automatically, and now we see the birth by race. It's really amazing little tool that you can use to show what you want to emphasize in the data or discovered in the data. Amazing. This is still, even during the show, it's interactive, so to emphasize this was 33,000 babies were born. This is probably a big hospital listed here. So this was the first warm-up. I wanted to show you. I will exit from simply from PowerMap. What happens is it is storing the data here in this Excel sheet. If somebody doesn't have the PowerMap installed, then his Excel or her Excel will just ignore it simply. If you have it, then you will have the button, and once you save the tour, you can either create a new tour or open up that exact tool. Once Power Map data is saved within this Excel file, I will save this file for you, and I will make it available to you. So let's look at another exercise. Is this license healthcare facilities. Look at this, how it's looking. First, again, I'm gonna go to Insert tab, convert it to the table. Okay. You see that we have continent, zip code, city, and even address. It's really interesting. I will show you a feature with the address to you. We also have the emergency level description types and license types. Let's see what kind of license type. We have a few license types. That's really good for visualization. Great, and we fortunately have GPS data. So let's view this. I already want to view the Power Map. Oh, this is a CSV, so Power Map button wasn't enabled because it's not an XLS. So let's just save it as an XLS file. Great, and now we can start Power Map with this data. Again, needs to compile together the data to a format where it can handle it. Let's do its job. I also want to show you later, with this dataset, how it can compile geographic positions from addresses, which is normally extra feature in you have to pay for it normally. So these are healthcare facilities. Wow, that's again interesting to see this as heat map, I guess. Once again, the first thing we want to specify is how it should place these guys on the map. We have latitude, longitude. I think that's enough, but I think the address can be useful maybe if there's no GPS coordinates. So I will leave this like that for now on and go to facility name. That's what we want to visualize, and I don't want to have this as a category, but I want to count it. Yes, that's right. So now we are counting it, and let's have it as a heat map. Interesting. So let's switch back, and this is also not too bad visualization, I guess. And this is a scene. So we have heat map. Yeah, this is Bakersfield, I guess, and Fresno. It doesn't have too much data in this data set. So let's look at Los Angeles. Here, I switch to settings, clear settings, and you can increase the radius to make it covering. But this is a scene. Maybe if we want to, let's have some fun and go back, and I want to change the geographic settings. Click on the edit, and I want to look at it by city name. So I've calculated by city name. It needs some thinking because it has to place the cities into GPS coordinates, so it had to calculate in the background. And want to see count. Whoa, that's interesting. Here, Los Angeles has way much more facilities than anyone else. It's really huge. Count there. You see that I only have city here. Yeah. Los Angeles County itself has a lot of cities. By the way, it's the biggest county in the US, I think almost 10 million, 9 million people. So it's not a surprise that this is really huge here. Let me actually picture that. This as a scene, and you can also go to Fresno. It is a Fresno. I want geographic data to be rather latitude, longitude based. So let's go back here now. Actually, let's do something else. Let's scatter them by zip code. Now, again, Power has to calculate, and I want to show you a new feature that you haven't seen yet. Is when I go to the data visualization, we saw that there's a facility, the license type, and we count facilities. So we have like 17 here. I think it's Kaiser probably. This is another hospital. Let's see the breakdown by license type. It's the category. I showed this with the other file, yeah. So now stack count is not the best, but here we can see now the breakdown of the types. So the home health agency hospice is 12 here, while the clinic, let's add the legend. The clinic is 2. There's a lot of hospice. It seems like here and here. In the north, very interesting. That's themes. Let's add this theme. And finally, I think that's almost enough for a demo, except I was talking about the address to you. So let's just see what happens if I want to visualize stuff by, let's say I don't have by any reason, information, a GPS, but I want to go down to neighborhood level, then I can use these addresses to visualize the data. Now, I want to work with this. So I use the address, that's great. And this will be street. And now, as you can see here, the processing, this is the actual address lookup. It reaches out to services and converts the street addresses to GPS coordinates. I think that's really cool. Normally you would have to pay big bucks to convert more than several thousands of addresses to GPS coordinates. But as you can see, even if we don't have GPS by the address, we can get down to neighborhood level. That's really nice. Maybe like this is a scene too. So we started by looking at sheer count numbers, and then I'm using now the demo feature, by the way, and it goes by itself. We viewed Los Angeles a little more, we focused on it. Then we just got surprised how dominant is Los Angeles. It's a huge, biggest county in the US. So no, actually it's not that much surprise. We saw the breakdown of the different facility types. Fresno and also we used address to GPS translation to visualize data here. We'll save this file, exit from our map. So we have this tool now saved into the XLSX file, saved explicitly, and I think that was a good warm-up exercise. And let's move on to the more complex tool layer visualization. You can mix layers, so we're going to use the WIC authorized vendors dataset, and which is narrowed down to let me show you that the dataset what you can download has the location information in this concatenated string field. So you may want to use Power Query or some other tool. We use Python scripts to break this down to two separate columns. And while we were at it, we also filtered out any WS centers not in the Fresno County. So we ended up with a smaller dataset here. As you can see, I open it up for you. So we have latitude, longitude. As for the stop sign, bus, the bus stop data, we got hold of GIS shape file set. It was not trivial to install a GIS file and make transformation on the location data and finally obtain GPS latitude, longitude. That the end result of this is this file. And what I just did here in this CSV, I simply just put these two files into one CSV file. Actually, that's not correct here because there's something glitch here, so I will just need to correct this. As far as I can see, this one is the VIC data, and I want to add here to this file the hostile data. So I will just, oh sorry, that's wrong. That must be the hostile data. So I will add the VIC data. Sorry, there's some glitch going on here because it looks like that the hostile data is spoiled. So I just I will correct that. It looks like I overwrote some files. That's the data. So let me just correct this and go back to our file and copy the WIC. The WIC data. stripping. Why I can't right. Let me just pull the WIC data again, because it looks like that it's not correct. So WIC data. Let me get that. That's not too good. So this. So once I will correct these files later, and the main thing is here in this file I have both datasets copied into one file and converted into a table. That's the main idea. And again, I want to go to PowerMac and create a tour. It takes a while to create a tour. We have two datasets. PowerMac needs to transform that alone, and you just need to wait a little. And there is PowerMac already. I named the tables here, so I can identify them. The way you name the tables is going by this. So you open up the file, and when you create the table, then you can immediately give a name. So that's how I gave name here to these tables. So once they are imported, these tables, then they won't have the name table 1 and table 2 here, but for the bus stops WIC. So first, let's visualize bus stops. Now, in this case, we can see that the latitude and longitude for the bus stops, the columns are called XY. So it couldn't guess automatically how to place these data bus stops. So I have to say that this will be the geographic data and the longitude and latitude. I knows already. That's really great. It starts to come out really well. Really well. Let's switch to. I don't know what is better right now. So I have the geographic placement. You can see that downtown is the big hub for all the bus routes. You see this, but I would rather visualize this as columns, and I would rather have a little smaller size and dominant color, where we can see how the bus lines are, or actually even better, we can go by routes, and then, well, I don't want to summarize by route, but instead I want to have the ID counted, and this will be a little nicer. This is the big here, downtown bus central bus stop hub. It's great. So I want to actually go back to not having a category and even just show the locations, because now I want to add another layer, and now I switch to the layer button. I add a new layer, and this will be, instead of stubs, the WIC verse. I want latitude, longitude visualized here. Mostly Fresno County data, as I said, we filtered it. But the geographic data is fine, so I go and see how I visualize. I want to have this is just good as it is, except I can do heat map actually, or I can do some other color, yellow, maybe change theme. So what's interesting, what we can see here is in this area there are several WIC centers. Unlike the others, are not accessible by public transport bus lines, which is interesting. I'm not sure if they are accessible, if Clovis has some other bus transportation here, or how they access it, but this could be a matter of investigation. This is what we found was interesting. So I think I would conclude with this demo right now. So we use now layers, and switch one of the layer visualization. We saw how we specify different ways the geographic locations. We can break down data in one location with the clustered column, and we also can influence the size of the items. We saw heat map colors. We can change opacity too if we have several layers. So I think it's really, really nice to write a comment all the links to the recording below, and I share all the data files too. And I hope that the microphone voice will be fine for this recording right now. I have another recording if you turn up the volume really, you can hear me, but try to tune down my microphone again. So thank you for listening. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And I encourage you to use PowerMap. It's really fun to play with it. And you can, even if you're not a data scientist, you can have a lot of fun. Thank you very much.